What's going on, guys? Tonight we're hanging out with Andy down in his reloading room. He's got a bunch of different presses set up for different cartridges. He's going to run us through what he does to load up some ammunition for a competition and what he does to prepare for a competition.
So right here we have the Dillon case feeder. Put your empty cases in here, empty brass. It'll come down the case tube, and as you pull the handle back, it's going to punch out the old shot primer, resize, and then on the backstroke, it's going to push a new primer up in all in one motion. Then it's going to kick over, and this is your powder thrower. As it's coming up, it's going to bail and throw your powder where you have your powder set, how much powder you're going to throw. Then the next stage, as you're coming up on the next stroke, this is your powder checker, and it's going to automatically check, see if you don't have too much or too little powder. Then the next stage, you're going to put your bullet in. It's going to press your bullet, and then the final stage is the crimping stage. On the final stroke, pump out your bullet. Then you have a finished bullet. Overall length's good, powder's checked, everything's good to go. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and go through the motions, show you how this thing works. Make sure my case feeder's on. So as you're coming up on this, you can kind of feel that extra little nudge, and that's the new primer going up into the case. I always give it an extra little nudge just to make sure I got it seated all the way down in.
You keep on talking over that stuff.
.38 specials are kind of a little tougher to keep feeding just because it's such a long bullet. Nickel does a little bit better of a job.
So this is a 5-stage progressive press, which allows them to put the powder check in there with the 5-stage. The Dillon 1050 is a 7-stage, which is set up a little bit better for rifle.
So something different about Dillon reloading in the Dillon 650 is instead of resetting each die every time you want to switch your calibers, you can just switch out your tool head, and it just makes it a lot slicker. You'll buy a tool head plate, and you can have all your dies set up. Just like if I was to take this off right here, you pull 2 pins out, and this whole tool head will slide out. All you got to do is slide your new tool head in, and you're good to go from where you were from the last time you had everything set up. So your powder measurement, your crimp, everything should still stay the same if nobody has messed with it. So it just makes it really quick, really easy, really fast, and cheaper way to switch calibers instead of switching presses or resetting every time you switch over.
So as you guys see, these guys are taking their reloading very seriously. When you shoot as many rounds as they do in competition, you've got to be able to make some more ammo really quick. This is top end stuff, but you guys are very serious shooters, and you do lots of competition shooting. So what are some of the things you might do to get ready for a competition?
First off, a good start is definitely get your ammo, everything reloaded, checked. For big matches, I like to have all ammo reloaded, not shot through my gun at all. That means if I have 1 or 2 left over from an empty moon clip, I'll put those in a practice bin, totally do away with them, just so I know all my ammo has been case checked, case gauged, everything's been ready to go for them, 100% reliability. And once my ammo and everything's good, I'll do some dry firing, and you can see we got some of these targets up on the wall. We'll do some dry firing with the timer, just get muscle memory feel. Lately we've been going out and practicing once a week, so haven't been shooting too many smaller matches just doing a lot more practicing, 3 or 4 hours. My dad and our buddy Roger shoots revolvers, and just try to get mentally prepped, stay confident, stay sure of yourself, play your own game. Don't worry about everybody else, what they're doing or how they're shooting, because you never know how everybody's doing until the final results. So shooting is almost 90% mental, so once you get your mental checked in, really good to go.
So once you've developed your own ammo, you've loaded some up, how do you go out and establish a power factor for your different...
So the power factor, I'm actually going to be running the chronograph stage for the Utah State match, and what you'll do is you'll go out and shoot. I think you'll shoot about 5 rounds through the chronograph, and that'll measure your velocity, and at that match they'll actually pull your bullet, measure your bullet weight, just so they know for sure on record this guy's shooting this bullet weight, this velocity, and they'll take your average time from the 5 rounds and times it by the velocity, and that'll be your power factor. So minor power factor USPSA is 125 and major is 160. So revolver we're shooting 125 power factor minor, and I'm shooting around probably 135, 136, which is a little hot, but I just want to be for sure that I'm going to make the power factor, because if you don't make it, you won't get scored. So yeah, you just won't get scored if you don't make your power factor, and yeah, it's not a good time to pay all the money, put in all the time, and not be able to get scored because your ammo, you didn't check it. So,
which is one of the reasons you guys run some of the top grade equipment to reload ammo, is because once you get out to a match, you don't have time to mess around with reloading everything for your power factor. You got to make sure it's correct the first time around. These guys have all their presses ready, set up for established loads for their different cartridges. We got 38 short Colt, got 44 mag over here, we got 38 special over here. It's all ready to go. You come down here and just start throwing bullets and powder, and everything comes out good in the end. Well, cool, Andy. I really appreciate you letting me check out your room, share it with everybody else. This is basically a handgun reloader paradise down here, and these guys take their stuff seriously. So appreciate your time. Appreciate you sharing it with everybody. And stay tuned, because hopefully we'll get a more in-depth look at one of these Dillons these days. We'll talk to you guys later.